refuge. Buddham Saranam Gacchami Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I go for refuge in the Buddha. I go for refuge in the Dharma. I go for refuge in the Sangha. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. All right. Here we are. Zen-sati is like washing a dirty garment. The garment is already there. The dirt comes from the outside. We'll chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered, even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. So, a little bit of newsletter stuff. We will not meet on December 25th, Christmas Day. We will, however, meet on January 1st at the regular time. And on December 31st, starting at about 11:30 or so, we'll do the 108 vows and bows to quote unquote ring in the new year, which I was hoping I wouldn't say, but I did anyway. So tonight we will be hearing the Dharma from our friend Chomin Prajna, aka Penetrate Compassion.
Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Thank you, Sonsanine, for putting this all together. Tonight, my talk will be essentially a one-part series. This is the first part of 8, called the Monastic Manifesto. And the first commitment in the Monastic Manifesto is one to commit to discovering moments each day for silence and stillness, to allow space for equanimity, and to learn not to be hindered by our culture of noise and constant stimulation. Now, when I was sitting, and just meditating, paying attention to my thoughts coming and going, my mind was like, oh, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? What am I going to do? What am I going to? To begin, I guess I start with what Zen Master Wanji told me one day when I was out talking to him. When I first met with him, we went up to Oneida and met with Venerable Doan. And we was out sitting on the porch. He and I were having a discussion, and all of a sudden, the conversation just kind of trailed off. I looked over at him. I just started talking. I just started essentially just chirping bird chirp, just making noise, anything to not have to be there in that silence because it was awkward. He looks at me, he says, don't do that. Stop. And as simple as that teaching was, one of the most profound teachings that I say I got from him, was just, again, the equanimity, allowing that silence. What was wrong with that silence that I needed to add something to it, and so that first commitment, committing to discovering moments each day for silence and stillness, is very important to me. Especially here in 2024, when we have computers at our fingertips. Even, I know I'm not the only one that goes to the bathroom with their cell phone. Simple things like that. Just when you go to the bathroom, just use the bathroom. I saw a guy on the interstate one day driving and watching the YouTube video. And so taking those times to unplug from the phone. Lately, I've caught myself not even listening to music when I'm driving. Making it a point to, when I'm driving, just drive. Because oftentimes I would catch myself drifting off in thought, kind of daydreaming and forgetting that I was actually even I'm kind of just on autopilot. So bring that awareness back to driving. When you're driving, just drive. When you're sitting, just sit. When when the conversation trails off, it's not awkward. It just is. And again, allowing the equanimity. A good example was today. I went to a Vietnamese temple. On Google, it said it was permanently closed, but I drove by because I was just curious. I just wanted to see, what the song was like there. Spoke with the monk there, and he couldn't speak English. So we kind of, I guess we did like Google Translate through the phone. I told him, I said, I'd like to come practice with you sometime if that's okay. He said no. So okay. And left, and I got in the car, and immediately, my mind got this like, kind of monk doesn't want to help, but at the same time, I said, well, thank you for your teaching, because in that moment, that was the truth. No amount of distracting myself or you're even giving way to anger was going to change the fact that this monk said no, you can't come practice. And I feel like had I not had a foundation in practice, I probably would have took that rejection a lot harder than was necessary. I probably would have took it a lot more personal. And so again, I guess I find myself thankful for the practice of equanimity, for the practice of stillness, and not it's not to say that I don't get distracted by my own thoughts. I think everybody does, and kind of trail off with them. But yeah, I guess I say I'm thankful that I'm able to just see those things, see those feelings, see those emotions come, and watch them go as well, and without having to cling to them or having to feel like some great injustice has been, has been done to me personally. Because again, that's me making it. I would have been making it in that moment. Yeah, like I say, that'd be the first commitment, discovering moments each day for silence and stillness, be it cooking, be it cleaning your room. I set a timer one day for an hour and say, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to clean my room. And I forget, I think they call it Samu, or working meditation, to a degree, taking those moments when you can to just be where you are with whatever you're doing, is a practice I think not only monastics can, benefit from, but especially even lay people. I don't think there's anything stopping lay people from benefiting from stillness or, allowing space for equanimity and learning not to be hindered by the culture of constant noise, constant stimulation. I actually used to stream video games, and that was one of the things that kind of set me back from streaming, was the fact that I would watch these videos about how to be a better streamer, and a lot of times they would say, well, you just have to keep talking, just don't stop talking. And it's like, well, sometimes I don't want to talk, and that's okay. And again, it goes back to the culture of constant noise, constant stimulation. What's so wrong with just playing a video game and enjoying that video game for what it is? Why should I have to continuously talk, continuously add noise and stimulation to what they call a dead air? And I say all that to say not good, not bad. But yeah, that is my talk. As short as it was, that is my talk. I did want to leave y'all one thing, because Master Own Son, your poem was that a poem that you gave at the beginning?
No, that was actually a little quote from Bai Zhang.
But it kind of reminded me of Hui Ning's poem, and I just want to share it with y'all. It says, Bodhi originally has no tree. The clear and bright mirror also has no support. Buddha nature is constantly purifying and clearing. And where could there be dust? So thank y'all.
Thank you for your teaching. So we will go back for another 15 minutes of seated meditation. You want another thing from Baizhang? There is, if you want to avoid experiencing reversal, just cut off all dualistic thinking. Let us chant the let's chant the Heart Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita, perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is safe from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or poor, do not increase or decrease. Therefore in emptiness no form, no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth, until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth, until no old age and death, and also no extinction of them, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva depends on Prajna Paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana. In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on Prajna Paramita and attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the Prajna Paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra which says Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhi Svaha Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhi Svaha Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhi Svaha. And let's do our dedication of merit. I have a couple of people. I'll open up for you to add whomever you'd like. All sentient beings are one seamless body and pass quickly from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We especially dedicate our service to Brad Hunter, Matthew McCormick, Mike Gingy Wood. If there's anyone you'd like to add, please feel free.
Merit for all those who will be harmed by their own expectations of this holiday season. May they travel safely and well, and be well in mind and heart.
Anyone else?
Anisha Cruikshank.
Any others?
Yes, one for Palestine, the prisoners, and a special one for my brother White Bear, who just got his guitar back.
All beings in the 10 directions, subject to the greed, hatred, and delusion of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Mahaprajna Paramita. We'll do our faith and practice vow. I will never retreat and will be firm in my mind in this correct Dharma. I will escape from the samsaric cycle of birth and death and definitely will see my original face. I will be sure to inherit the life of insight of the Buddha and save all sentient beings. Brother Hangdal.
The spiritual source shines clear in the light. The branching streams flow on in the dark. Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. Birds and trees and stars and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We practice and recite this for all beings, and grateful thanks to our many guides along the way.
And let's recite the 4 great Bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to cut through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature and do not squander your time by night or day.